Tasmania at the moment, and I'm in Cradle Mountain, and I'm about to do the hike up to Marions Lookout. There's supposed to be some awesome views from up there, so I can't wait to see that. And I'm going to check out Dove Lake for sunset this afternoon, so hopefully we'll get some awesome colour for that. And I'll show you what else we get up to. So let's go!
Cradle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from Launceston or a 4-hour drive from Hobart. We started the hike to Marions Lookout at Ronnie Creek Car Park, where the shuttle bus dropped us off. This route is the most scenic as you start along the boardwalk that snakes through golden grasslands peppered with luscious tussocks of button grass. You'll also pass by waterfalls and cross over rushing creeks. The track winds and curves its way gently up the hill, then back down again until you come across a boat shed by the lake. This is not the same boat shed that you see in all the pictures. That one is over by the Dove Lake car park. We thought this was a good spot to stop and have a rest. Then it was time to start climbing up the hill. Walking right beside Cradle Lake made the walk so much easier. We realised we still had a long way to go, but the walk so far was pretty easy and quick with gorgeous views. So on we trekked. That is where we were heading. Time to stop and admire the view and take a selfie, because if you didn't photograph it, did it really happen? The next part was extremely steep and you have to pull yourself up by the chain. I was pretty exhausted by the time I got to the top, but it was so worth it for this view. We actually thought this was the top, but we were wrong. Some other hikers told us Marions Lookout was further up the hill, so off we went again. We didn't care because it was a stunning day for it. And there it is, the sign for Marions Lookout.
Hooray!
And that is Cradle Mountain over there. And this is the magical view. A local man told us the quickest way back down the mountain was via the Dove Lake car park track. This track was extremely steep, but it only took us 20 minutes compared to 2 hours on the way up. This track walks right past the famous boat shed before arriving at the car park, where the shuttle bus picks you up and takes you back to your car. After our massive walk, we headed back to our accommodation for a rest and some lunch before sunset. We chose to stay at Cradle Mountain Hotel as it was quite close to the national park and the accommodation was awesome, plus there was a restaurant and cafe there. The room was lovely, the bed was super comfy, and you could do nature walks right outside the back door. I went for a little explore in the rainforest walk before we got back in the car and headed for Dove Lake for sunset. We ended up buying a vehicle pass, which was about $80, which meant we could drive our car all the way into Dove Lake car park after the shuttle bus finished its rounds in the afternoon and before it starts again in the morning. This pass also gave us free trips on the shuttle bus if needed. And this meant we could get to Dove Lake for sunrise and sunset. I was super excited when I arrived at Dove Lake to see there was not a breath of wind on the water and there were crazy reflections of Cradle Mountain on the lake. There was also high cloud in the sky, which meant that was a good chance we were about to see a beautiful sunset. There was also hardly anyone around, which is very rare in these tourist locations, but I guess that is probably due to the fact that not anyone can drive into the park anymore. This was one of those moments that a photographer dreams of. The conditions were absolutely perfect and it was just so peaceful being by the lake and watching nature do its thing without any noise or distraction from other people. When I came to Cradle Mountain for the first time 12 years ago, I remember standing here and feeling so tiny in comparison to the mountains surrounding me. I'm still totally in awe of the beauty of this place. It holds such a special place in my heart, and it's a place I hope to return to many times again in my life. You can see how happy I was. The next morning we came back for sunrise, this time near the boat shed. It wasn't as great as the sunset the day before, but I did a long exposure to soften the fast moving clouds, and a hint of pink came through at the last minute. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss my next adventure to Hobart and the stunningly beautiful Bruny Island.